My mother told me never to go into the basement, but I wanted to see what was making that noise. It kinda sounded like a puppy, so I opened the basement door and tiptoed down a bit. I didn't see a puppy. And then my mother yanked me out of the basement and yelled at me. I didn't ask her why the boy in the basement was making noises like a puppy, or why he had no hands or feet. When I was a child, I would race up to the top of the stairs as fast as I could, like it was some sort of silly game. Well, it must have been 5 or 6 at the time, I'm not sure, but I know I was very little. Somewhere along the way, a voice at the top of the stairs started to whisper to me. It would make bets with me, such as, I bet you a penny you can make it to the top of the stairs. I don't really think there was a certain amount of time or anything. As I said, I was very little, so I probably didn't have any counting abilities anyways. I recall just sitting at the top of the stairs, having a conversation with this voice. About the betting, of course. Eventually, the voice. It was like a whisper of a man's voice, not my own voice in my head. Started to bet me my life instead of pennies. It'd say, I bet you your life you can make it to the top of the stairs. As I got older, it stopped. I never really thought about it at all. I never mentioned it to anyone, until one night, I was sleeping over at my brother's place and we were talking about spooky stories. Out of nowhere, I brought up the voice at the top of the stairs. My brother got all quiet. Before I even mentioned anything, he said, Did he make bets with you? We both looked at each other horrified. Timmy tried his hardest to blow out the 15 flickering candles. He huffed and puffed, but to no avail. He glanced at his mother, who had spent hours slaving to bake the beautiful cake, and her expression made him feel unbearably guilty. Timmy's mother stared sadly at the unyielding flames that barely flickered in the face of Timmy's feeble attempts to snuff them out. She blinked a few times, and the first tears started falling down her face, whispering, Happy birthday, Timmy. She summoned a gust of wind, and the dancing lights dissipated into puffs of smoke. Timmy didn't understand why he couldn't do that. It happened every year. His mother baked a perfect cake. He failed to blow out the candles, and she cried. The only thing that changed was the number of candles. Timmy went to hug his mother, but to no avail. He merely drifted through her, and he didn't understand that either. I'm the little shadow you see in the corner of your eye when you're alone in your apartment watching scary movies in the dark. Or more accurately, I'm the little shadow you saw in the corner of your eye 2 years and 4 months ago. Yes, I've been keeping track of you. I keep track of everyone. We all do. It's our job. We're sent to check up on humans, see how things are going. Mostly it's fine, but I just thought I'd let you know. 2 years and 4 months ago is when you last saw me. You caught a glimpse of me and looked to the right. It's a good thing you did that, because to your left was a much bigger shadow. Well, shadow isn't really the right word. Demon? Whatever you want to call it. If you had seen it, it would have killed you. That's another part of my job, by the way. Distract you from those things. I've been checking in on you ever since then, and everything's been fine, until now. I can't get you to see me for some reason. You just won't look my way, so please, whatever you do, don't look to your left. A few years ago, a mother and father decided they needed a break, so they decided to head out for a night on the town. They called their most trusted babysitter. When the babysitter arrived, the 2 children were already fast asleep in bed, so the babysitter just got to sit around and make sure everything was okay with the children. Later that night, the babysitter got bored and went to watch TV. But she couldn't watch TV downstairs, because they didn't have cable downstairs, so she called them and asked them if she could watch TV in their room. The parents said it was okay, but the babysitter had one final request. She asked if she could cover up the statue outside the bedroom window with a blanket or a cloth, because it made her nervous. The phone line was silent for a moment, and the father, who was talking to the babysitter at the time, said, "Take the children and get out of the house. We don't own a statue." The police found both of the children and the babysitter slumped in the pools of their own blood within 3 minutes of the call. No statue was found.